Hello again, my name is Ben, here today with another MOC showcase. Here with me this time is another robot. It hasn't been too long since the last robot, the Protector. But I was feeling like building another robot. I don't know. I think it's distinct enough it's definitely a lot different from the Protector in several ways, but I think it's unique enough. A little small, but Speaking of which, size compares to the Luna figure. Here we go. Just, get it straightened out a little bit more. Not the largest thing, for being honest. Not too much larger than a minifigure. Probably like 2 or 2.5, like minifigures stacked on top of each other. But I think it has enough of an imposing presence to, like, your average minifigure to be considered a threat. Story-wise, I don't have too much. The original concept was this was a sort of hunter, which would hunt fugitives of the law and deal with them. You can imagine with certain weapons. Hint, hint. Yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. I think I might have changed it a little bit. Meant to be very silent and soft and, swift-footed. And just, meant to be hiding in the dark. That's why I call it the Scarlet Shadow. Shadow, because it's stealthy, and the Scarlet because of the red. I don't know. Sounded cool. Anyway, starting with construction. Not too much to go over here, but, same as always. Starting with the feet. Use some grill slopes at the front so you can get a little bit of that red accent color, which is the main accent color for the MOC. And, you'll see the 1x2 plates in red to, see it. Just some other plates there. Next to the ball joints are how most of the skeleton or just the limbs are assembled. 1x2 mixed ball joints with just the sockets. And on the back is a 1x2 inverted slope. Up here, you'll have one of the 1x2 mixed ball joints with the socket on one end and the ball joint on the other end. Over there, just a simple slope, not much to say there. And then this is just a 1x2 plate with one of the other 1x2 bricks on the side. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's just on a 1x2 black tile. Mirrored on both sides, so not much to say there. The waist is fairly basic construction, 1x2 mixed ball joints with the sockets on the sides. And just a simple 2x2 black plate for the bottom. As far as torso construction, I did it a little unorthodox, I'd say. I don't really know what I was thinking when I was building this, but yeah, I really don't know. There's definitely a simpler way to do this, and honestly, it doesn't really get much out of this. The head and neck part, the weight or the upper body being attached on hinges, it gets like a slight bend, which you can sort of see, but it's not the most obvious. And it does leave a bit of a gap, which can't really be filled. And then it looks a lot bulkier from the sides, which doesn't really help in the whole swiftness and just stealthiness, but oh well. But yeah, the lower body is just using a lot of bricks to have its construction. You'll see some inverted slopes, just some plates stacked on top of each other, a 2x2 brick in the center. Some translucent red plates right there to give it sort of like the energy radiating inside the robot. The front here, moving more towards the upper body. The front here is using a 2x2 jumper plate tile, I guess, with just, the one stud, one of these pieces. And just another 1x2 tile in black. Kind of simplistic, but yeah. Like I said, it's attached on a hinge, so it can move up and down. Not much of a point in it. It just gives it a slight bend, just to make it look unique. I don't know. And then the neck is just another one of these pieces, just in light gray. The head isn't really too much to go over. It's very basic. Just a 1x2 plate on the bottom. 2 1x1 red plates, a cheese slope in black at the top, and this sloping 1x2 plate in black to give it, like, I don't know, a sort of head fin to give it sort of a swifter appearance. Also, the back uses some of these pieces here so I can attach some of these blades, which is just because I thought it looked interesting. You can barely really see them, and it kind of just services to fill out the back. Though it does kind of make it look a little bulky, which is a little awkward, but They're just some Exoforce fingers with some black claws. And then the rest of the back, you'll see in one of these grills in trans red, just to give you some more of that just energy radiating throughout the body. And then just some more slopes, for the back. Now we'll just stay there. The last thing to mention really is the arms. They're attached with more of these mixable ball joints. And then they're using some of these like hinging pieces for the elbows, which is a common technique for most of my smaller mechs. On top is just a simple grill, fairly basic design for me. The arms are also not the most unique, except for obviously the arm blades, which I don't know. I think they look pretty cool using these red katanas. Yeah, not much else to say about them other than the katanas. 1x3 plate at the bottom. Some clips here trying to resemble minifigure hands, so they can hold most minifigure items in them. And then also using the same piece here, if I can get it to focus a little better. Also using the same piece to hold the sword as sort of elbow. It's meant to flip around, to be used in more aggressive combat. Whoops. Yeah, the hinge construction isn't really good for just stability, but yeah, they can just fold out for more aggressive combat. I don't know, I think it looks pretty cool. And just, I don't know, it just looks neat. Just some red cheese slopes and some more of those smoother slope pieces. They're meant to be the same construction, but I have a little bit of color variation with just some pieces in light gray being dark gray on one arm and pieces in dark gray being light gray on the other arm. A little distracting, but I just couldn't find the right pieces in enough time. So yeah, it is what it is, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of gonna do it for the video. Not really too much to go over here. It's fairly small. I'm sure it's maybe a disappointment to some people who like bigger things, but I don't know. I think it's pretty nice. I think it's got unique construction all around. I think it's a somewhat neat concept. A Robo Ninja Hunter. I don't know. Pretty cool to me. But to each their own. Anywho, just, again, I hope you enjoyed it. All that being said, I don't really even have a plan for next time. I don't know. A mech, a robot, a tank, a vehicle, anything really is on the table. Set review, literally anything. But yeah, not much else to say. Just again, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you stay tuned the next time. And with all that being said, goodbye.